Hello friends and fellow gamers, MKxJUMP here, and this week we have one of, if not the best event we've ever seen in Idle Heroes. This was extremely unexpected. We have the release of a new hero, Melissa, and with all of the additional bonus parts DH Games have added to this event, it results in an amazing cocktail of rewards, whether you're a free-to-play player or a spender. So we'll be breaking all of this down today and telling you how to get the most out of this week's event. Before we do that though, today's video has a sponsor. Angel Legion is a sci-fi idle RPG similar to Idle Heroes but set in space. You put together a team of angels combining their abilities into epic combos to explore the galaxy, defeat powerful foes, and when all that fighting is over, you can hang out with your heroes in the cabin to relax and unwind. The heroes in this game are fully customizable and you can dress and change the way they look to your heart's content, and there's lots of different heroes in the game for you to experiment with to find which team you like the most for making progress. Exclusive for this week, users on the Google Play servers can get themselves access to a fashion item and 10 free summons on your Angel Legion account. All you need to do is head over to your account menu, click the gift exchange button in the bottom right, and enter the code GJQI7761. By entering that code, you'll get yourself a unique fashion item and 10 free summons. Head to your hero menu, unlock that fashion item, and equip it to whichever hero you like. So what are you waiting for? Angel Legion is fully free to play, and by using that code, you're going to help out this channel and also get yourself some free rewards. Who knows? Angel Legion might just become your new favorite gacha game to play alongside Idle Heroes. Anyway, let's go check out this week's event for Idle Heroes. So, every day for logging in, you're going to get yourself 3 heroic summon scrolls and 150 gems. Both of these resources are crucial to making progress this week, so make sure you log in and get them. As well, let's take a quick look at the Aromatic Flower Mansion. On the first day of logging in, you can get yourself a treasure coupon, and every additional day after that is going to get you another treasure coupon, with day 6 and 7 getting you 2 and 3 respectively, resulting in 10 treasure coupons just for logging in. And you can see there's going to be something we can buy here that's going to triple those rewards as well. Let's head over to the cool events then to go and take a look at this week's event. We have the Palace of Eternity and the new hero, Melissa. And you can replace any of the 5 heroes you see here using 10 Eternity Crystals to get yourself a copy of Melissa. Towards the end of the video, I'll be telling you if I think she's any good and releasing a dedicated video about her later on this weekend. If you look at the Palace of Crystal here, it's going to reward you Eternal Crystals, which you use in the Palace of Eternity. You get 5 for every 400 heroic summons you do, and if you head to the value packages and buy one of these top packs here for $100 or 2,500 contract story gems, you will get yourself a Palace Key. This Palace Key unlocks a lower tier that gets you 15 additional Eternal Crystals. However, you need to buy a unique key for each of the 5 available. Heading now to the value packs, you can see that $100 is going to get you 22 Flower Bulb, which is this week's special currency. More on what that gets you later, but let's just say this stuff is going to be really helpful for getting rewards. On top of that, you're getting 10,000 gems, 280 heroic summon scrolls, and you're also getting treasure coupons, which is super duper nice. So all in all, it's not that bad, especially if you plan on spending contract story gems. Whether you should be using your contract story gems and how much, well, we'll talk about that a little later on. Next up though, we have the Hero Lottery, and this basically gives you a 4-star set of armor for every copy of Melissa you get this week. Nice and simple. Armor is good. The summon prizes here this week are getting you flower bulbs for each tier that you manage to do. You get a point for every heroic summon scroll you use. There's points for 50, 100, 200, 300, 400, and 500. And you can see we're getting our usual Prophet Orbs and heroic summons, with Asmodel and Melissa as the heroes, and your usual soul symbols and Cause of Transcendence thrown in as well. You can see you're getting 8 flower bulbs for 500, and bear in mind you can do this 4 times. So in total, you can get 32 flower bulbs from this week's event. 8 for 500 is going to be an important number to remember when we look at the future parts of the event, so keep that in mind. And finally, we have the Hero Exchange, which is letting you get a copy of Luna and Gaki for 5,000 Altar Stones each. Whether you need these heroes is up to you, but I imagine most people won't be too bothered about this. Now, with the foundation of this week's event coming from the cool events, the main part with all the good rewards is the Aromatic Flower Manor. Now there's multiple components to this, but I'll try to be as clear as possible. Basically, those bulbs you got, you plant 2 of them in a field to grow a flower. And you can see there's goal rewards for the number of flowers you successfully planted. So the first thing you need to consider is the field you want to plant your flowers in. When you get to 8 flowers, you get yourself 10 honeycombs and a unique reward. So look at the different fields and decide what's best for you. You can see there's heroic summons in this one here. The one on the top right is giving you access to contract story gems. The one below that contains 5 soul hammers. And below that again, this one is offering you 5 soul symbols. The one in the center is quite cool. It's giving you 100 wishing coins. The bottom left is the weakest one in my opinion, giving 20 super wishing coins. And in the middle on the left hand side, you can see this one here gives 10 prophet orbs. My favorite things here are contract story gems, wishing coins, heroic summon scrolls, and soul symbols. So go for whichever of those you think is best. The key thing to know is you should plant your flowers all in the same place. The reason, once you get to 8 flowers, you will get yourself 10 honeycombs, which can be used for rewards, which we'll take a look at later on. When you're planting your flower, you need to click on a square where you would like to place it, and then select the flower you would like. The flower on the left offers you the following rewards, which are okay. The one in the middle is giving you access to monster parts or guild coins. I don't think this is that great. And the one on the far right is giving you access to Celestial Island resources. This is easily the better one, so make sure you select that when you're planting. Also, bear in mind, 2 bulbs is going to give you 1 flower, and we need 8 flowers to get access to those honeycombs. So 16 bulbs is the goal number if you're looking to get honeycombs, and that is absolutely what we're aiming to do this week. So every possible group of 16 bulbs is going to be a reward for you. So the way you want to enter this event is thinking, how can I get 16 bulbs, or 32 bulbs, or 48, or any other number perfectly divisible by 16? That is what we're looking for, and that is why it is actually really good this week that if you look at the summon prizes, you get 8 for 500 scrolls. That means that in the 2,000 scrolls you could do, straight away you're going to get 32 bulbs. That is enough to have 8 in 2 fields. That is enough for 16 flowers, which is enough to get 3 cores of transcendence and a total of 20 honeycombs. And heck, if you found 16 more bulbs, you'd get to 24, and then you can start getting destiny materials. Something that's really, really nice. So keep that number in mind as we look through the rest of the event. We have the Buzy Shopping, and I think this is one of the most phenomenal gem purchasing areas DH Games have ever done. First thing, if you get 40 of the purchases complete, you will get yourself immediately 12 flower bulbs and 20 treasure coupons. That means free-to-play players are not only getting bonus rewards this week, but you get treasure coupons and a pink chest here as well. That is really good for free-to-play players. The only catch is each of these purchases is going to cost you 800 gems. So you're going to need 32,000 gems for this. But what's cool is the rewards that you're getting are already displayed by these heroes. So you can purchase what they're offering. What's even better is you can choose how many times you purchase those items. So if something really good shows up, maybe it's destiny materials if you need that, or it could be stellar shards or master's toolboxes, whatever the resource is that you're chasing. If something available comes up and you really want to get a lot of that, you can do. So instead of just buying 1 and using it here, you can buy 5, and that's really, really cool. So one strategy for this is to go and buy single purchases on things that seem okay until something really good comes up, and then buying that 5 times. That is going to get you the best rewards possible from this part of the event. Not to mention that's getting you 12 flower bulbs. So if we can find another way of getting 4 of them, that's going to be super duper helpful. Well, immediately if we scroll right to the bottom, you can see we have a luck relay this week. And the first tier is free, and that immediately gives you 2 flower bulbs. So if we claim that and combine that with the gem purchasing, that takes us to 14. That means if you go to your summon prizes, you only need to use 100 scrolls, and that's going to be your first collection of 16. Now, if you remember, 1,000 scrolls is another 16. So straight away, if you have 32,000 gems for this week, and you have 1,100 scrolls, that's going to get you 32 bulbs, which is enough for 20 honeycombs. So it's about time we went and showed you what these honeycombs are going to get you. Here in Melissa's store, you have many different shops. some of which are locked until you've spent a certain number of honeycombs. The best store immediately is Shop 1. Store 1 allows you to buy for 5 honeycombs all of the rewards you see here. The first 4 purchases will cost you 5 honeycombs, but after that they'll go up in price to 10. What's really special here then is you can get 1.25 million stellar shards, and immediately I'd be jumping on that. But then if you take a look at this box in the middle, this is offering 50 Master's Toolboxes, but you get 10 of them. That is 500 Master's Toolboxes, something free-to-play players will salivate over. That is fantastic. And the one on the right of that gives you Star Spawn materials. You can pick one of these that you need, and you get 5 of those. That is a lot of Star Spawn resources. Not to mention this one on the end is a Void Egg selection chest, giving you 15 Void Eggs. That is loads of Void Eggs. So one purchase of that is 75 eggs. That is crazy. It makes this one on the end look a bit pathetic, as it's not offering that much stuff, but these 3 here, Stellar Shards, Master's Toolboxes, and Celestial Island resources, along with Star Spawn items, they are really good, and this shop is definitely going to get you guys excited. If you're unsure, stick to Stellar Shards, but I know for a lot of you, either of these 2 chests here, whether it's Star Spawns or Master's Toolboxes, are going to get you excited. Now, you might wonder what's here in Store 2, but this is just artifacts, and this chest on the end is a flag with 100 glorious relics in there too. I actually don't think this is worth it, considering it's half price in Store 1 and these resources are way more valuable. It's just not worth considering Store 2 at all. So let's skip to Store 3, and once you've spent 10 or more honeycombs, which is easily done with 2 purchases in Store 1, you will unlock here. And you can see as well that the first 2 purchases in this store are half price as well. Now, if you remember, 32,000 gems and 1,100 heroic summon scrolls gets you 20 honeycombs. 10 will be used in Store 1. That means you'll have 10 left over for Store 3. Here, you can buy sublimation, which is really cool, but you have to choose the specific sublimation you want. 90,000 is enough for 2 upgrades though, which is really, really good. We do have spiritual essence here on the end. I don't think that's as useful, but here at the start, you can see there's 50 shards for a core of origin. If in doubt, go for sublimation, but make sure you pick the one you need most on your heroes. Once you've spent 60 honeycombs, you'll access Store 4 and Store 5. For most people, this will be out of reach, but if you plan on spending, this can be really good. This is getting you access to origin artifacts. For this next store here, Store 5, it gets you destiny materials. And for the hugest of spenders, if you spend 120 honeycombs, you will get access to these rewards, which for many of you, you've very rarely, or if not at all, seen before. This is a resource currency used to upgrade heroes once they have reached Nirvana in the Destiny Temple. That is something very far away for almost every player in the game, so don't worry about it too much. It's just something for the guys who love to spend an absolute boatload of money on this game to get themselves something to keep their progress going. This is whale bait, don't worry about it. For the majority of us, Store 1 and 3 are what we'll focus on, and if you spend a little bit more, Store 5 could be good for some Destiny stuff. Stepping down, we get even more rewards for using heroic summon scrolls. You're getting 10 back for every 100 you use, but on top of that, you get bonus rewards. You're getting cores, stellars, crystals of transcendence, and copies of Melissa in there too. This comes to a total of 650,000 stellar shards and crystals of transcendence, with a bunch of cores thrown in there too. So if you're interested in getting yourself a ton of resources to help build and upgrade transcendence heroes, then this isn't that bad. However, you do have to spend money in the relay to get there. So let's go see how much that would cost. Well, it all comes from this pack here, Relay 10, and this costs $50. So what is it going to cost us to build our way up? Well, the first one's free. This next one is $5 and gets us 2 flower bulbs. And if you keep going, you'll see that you can get yourself 10 scrolls here for free. You can see there's 4 more flower bulbs here for $10. There's another 6 here for 15. You can get yourself a free additional 6 thrown in, and then you get 6 here for 20. You get 8 here for 30. Then there's another free 2 there. And then finally, $50 is 15 of those, as well as 20 cores of transcendence. That mana frog we were looking at that gets us all those bonus rewards if we use our scrolls. And there's 150 scrolls and 1,000 prism story gems thrown in there too. To get to Relay 10, that is going to cost you $130. That is a lot of money. Is it worth it? Well, we'll have to really figure that out in a second as we break more of the event down. But let's just carry on for 11, 12, 13, and 14 for a second. 11 costs 70 bucks and gets you 25 Cores of Transcendence, 18 Flower Bulbs, 200 Heroic Summon Scrolls, and 1400 Prism Story Gems. The next one is free with another load of gems and treasure train tickets. And after that, 13 and 14 are 100 bucks each getting you a total of Prism Story Gems, as well as some train stuff and train tickets, along with a lot of Flower Bulbs. This is extremely expensive and probably not going to be bought by most people. I think if you do plan on spending, I think going as far as Relay 10 is probably the most excessive way to go, and I think that's only worth it if you plan on using scrolls. There is a little bit of an added bonus here, though, that if you do decide to spend money, we have the Mana Gift, which is basically a Moonlight Gift rewarding you for spending. Different amounts of VIP spending is going to get you certain rewards, and I think most importantly, you can see that you're getting Prism Story Gems here for 500 VIP, which means if you don't plan on spending very much at all, you could buy this monthly card here, and that would actually top you up for the month and get you access to some Prism Story Gems, which can be really nice for low spenders. You may have noticed we're getting a lot of treasure train tickets this week, and that's because we have a series collection. If you spend 100 tickets, you'll get yourself all of these chests you can see here, and they contain the new treasure train series that's being granted. This is called the Quaint Antique, and there's lots of different items available here that are going to buff your heroes. However, it's only for PvP game modes, so Interdimensional Arena, Trial of the Champions, Free Team Up Arena, Star Arena, Starland, and Force War. However, they do have pretty nice buffs, like damage reduction, all damage dealt, control immunity, holy damage, and this one here on the end, the Melancholy Strings, is just giving a really good fixed stat bonus. In fact, it's very comparable to something we've seen before, which is the Engineer Robot, who also has some incredible buffs. Now, like the Enthralling Toyland, which came out not too long ago, this is buffing exclusively PvP, which means it's going to be really attractive to heavy spenders who like to keep up in that game mode, but for the majority of players, it's not going to be that exciting. Stick with Hero Token, this is where the best bonuses will come from, and if you're looking to make progress in Void Campaign, retro gaming can be a really good choice. Finally, we have these flower packages here, which are 20 and 100 bucks respectively, and I personally do not think they are very good. There's a random element to these that make them really questionable, and the value just isn't there. Avoid this at all costs. So, to summarize what you guys need to be looking at this week then, you want to be getting as many flower buds in a total of 16 as you possibly can, because 16 flower buds is enough to plant 8 flowers, which is enough to get you 10 honeycombs. Those honeycombs are used in this store to get yourself rewards, and store 1 and 3 have initial discounts, which make the value even stronger. If you're a free-to-play player, you can pick yourself up with 32,000 gems, 12 of the flower bulbs from here. There's an additional 32 available for spending 2,000 heroic summon scrolls. At that point, you'll find yourself with 44 bulbs, but you'll probably want to get to 48, and that is actually doable. If you scroll down to the relay, you can see the first pack is free, so that takes you to 46, and if you only spend $5, that is going to get you the additional 2 you need to get to 48. If you're a very minimal spender, you have 32,000 gems, and you also have 2,000 heroic summon scrolls to use this week, then that is the best way to get rewards. That's enough for 30 honeycombs. That means you can purchase 4 times from Shop 1 and twice from Shop 3. That's really good value. If you plan on spending a little bit more, for example, Relay 4 and Relay 5 are only an additional 25 bucks, but between them, you're going to get 4 here, another 6 there, that's 10, and then the free package afterwards gets you 6 more again. That's another 16 flower bulbs. So for 25 bucks, you can go into the honey store, and you can hop to store 3 and get yourself a core chest, or some more sublimation. That's pretty solid value, considering the relay also gives its own rewards, like scrolls and Prism Story Gems, with 5 cores and some gems there too. If you plan to keep on spending, you can see Relay 7 and Relay 8 are a little bit more expensive, but these are giving stronger rewards like Heroic Summon Scrolls and Cores of Transcendence. 50 bucks is double what we spent before, but that gets you 6, 8, and then an additional 2 from this free bonus pack. That means for another 50 bucks, which is twice as before, you're getting another 16. So you can go back to Melissa's store if you want to purchase even more items here. By this point, you'll have spent 40 honeycombs, and if you wanted to, you could keep going and get Relay Package 10. However, this only gets you 15 flower bulbs, not 16, which is extremely annoying. Yes, it's getting you the mana privilege, yes, you're getting tons of scrolls, Cores of Transcendence, and Prism Starry Gems, but with only 15 flower bulbs, we need to find a way to even that out. Fortunately then, if you look at the value packs, for Starry Gems, you can get 22 flower bulbs for the top pack, and 11 for the next one down. That is 33 flower bulbs. Bearing in mind you need 16 total, 33 plus 15 is actually 48, which is divisible by 16. That's great. So if you wanted to iron out that 15 and make it more purchasable, get yourself 3,750 contract Starry Gems and spend them here on these value packs. That for me is the strongest way you can go in on this event. If you wanted to spend a little bit more, you can spend another 3,750 contract Starry Gems, and that will actually get you another 33, which is close enough to being good divisible by 16. 33 is only one more than 32. If you decided to go to $130 spent on the relay, 7,000 contract Starry Gems spent on packs here, and you had the ability to spend 32,000 gems here in the Buzy Shopping, along with 2,000 heroic summon scrolls, you would have 100 honeycombs, which means you can buy a heck of a lot of stuff from the stores. And don't forget, once you've spent 60 honeycombs, you can start buying Destiny materials. So if you guys are looking for a nice, cheap and efficient way to get access to Destiny materials on your account, along with loads of other rewards thrown in, this event is really, really strong. All you need though is the scrolls, the gems, and the contract Starry Gems to do that, of course, as well as 130 bucks on the relay. But if you are willing to part with your cash and your resources, the rewards you can get with this week's event are absolutely astronomical. And finally, we have something amazing regardless of your play tier. You could go ahead and just simply spend $5 on this relay. Maybe you just are a free-to-play player and you go up to 20 honeycombs and you call it a day. You can do that in two different ways, either by spending 2,000 heroic summon scrolls or 1,100 scrolls and 32,000 gems. And if you do spend gems, this particular part of the event lets you choose the rewards you get, give or take, and that is also incredible. The amount of variety, choice, and amazing value in this week's event is going to give everybody something great to walk away with, and to have colossal rewards like hundreds and hundreds of Master's Toolboxes, Starspawn resources, and if you need them, Stellar Shards as well. There is so much to enjoy. So let me know in the comment section what rewards you are going for, because my friends, there's some really good stuff. Now, it would be wrong of me to not talk about the new hero in today's video, so to be really brief about her, she has 1178 speed, which isn't the fastest, but her key ability is this last one here. When an ally is inflicted with a control effect, if she has 50 or more energy, she will consume 50 of that energy and remove one random control effect from an ally and then grant them a shield equal to 1200% of her attack and give them B Sugarcoat. And the B Sugarcoat is going to grant them an additional control immunity of 30%, which will be removed when the target loses the shield. All of this is fantastic. She's removing crowd control, she's increasing control immunity, and she's giving you defenses. As well, her basic attack is doing something very similar. It gives you shields and B Sugarcoat. So this hero is fantastic, even though she's energy stealing herself. She's allowing you to be protected and survive on your team. Obviously, you'll want to give her an energy artifact so that she has the ability to remove control effects, but those control effects being removed will definitely save your key heroes and allow them to attack. The only issue is she is a forest hero, therefore she isn't transcended, but at some point she will get a transcendence form, and hopefully we'll see an ability similar to this one, because the ability to remove negative effects from our heroes is always good. And of course, let's end by looking at next week's event, which is Imp's Adventure, Extra Drop Carnival, and Shelter Mission. The heroes in Shelter Mission are Luna, Eloise, Siahu, and Waldeck. Nice to see Eloise and Waldeck here, they'll be super helpful for new players, and of course our Light and Darks are going to be Natalie and Patricia. Not worth going after this, but worth mentioning either way. Hopefully you can enjoy something from this week's event. There are so many fantastic rewards to get. I will say one interesting thing about the flowers here is they are going to be passively generating you these resources constantly every single hour, so try and claim and pick those up. Sometimes negative things are going to happen to your fields, so you'll have to water or use pesticides and fertilizer to help your plants out. If you do that though, you'll be able to claim a ton of rewards and it'll help you to make progress on your account. And don't forget, the flower you want to be going with is the Camellia, as this offers you Celestial Island rewards. Best of luck, folks. Let me know in the comments what you'll be buying from the store and whether you're going to be using scrolls, gems, a combination of both, or even if you're going to be spending money. I'll see you next time, and don't forget to check out Angel Legion, our sponsor for today, as it's totally free to download, and if you use the codes in the description, you can get some free rewards for your account. Until next time, have an amazing week, and of course, happy idling.